The title race continues this week over in the Premier League with three teams right in the mix heading into match number 25. Who's going to take advantage this week? We're going to take a little look next. Today we'll take a look at match number 25 over in the Premier League, and we'll get to that in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe, and of course your one-stop shop for the Premier League continues right here at Blackburn Rovers. We've got Rovers football, world football, but of course Premier League football is the focus of this video, and it is Liverpool right now, top the charts, 2 points clear over Man City, who are of course level on points with Arsenal. But don't forget, the champions, Man City, have that game in hand, of course. Who will take advantage this week? We're going to take a little look in just a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. But if you are new, subscribe. Your one-stop shop continues here. And of course, a whopping 75% of you remain unsubscribed, guys. So let's get into it, though. Of course, look back at the results, my picks, and then, of course, your picks with the Super Brewski. So here we go then. Man City, demolition job, a 2-0 win over Everton. I went with a 3-0 win. So my predictions are on the left, the real deal's on the right. Of course, Fulham 3-1 winners over Bournemouth. I went with a 2-1 win. Ain't too shabby on that one. Liverpool 3-1 win over Burnley. I went with a 4-0 win. Got the right amount of goals, though, didn't I? Luton Town did not. They stumbled against Sheffield United. Big win for Sheffield United. 3-1 win for them as they close the gap for the teams above them. Spurs 2-1 winners over Brighton. I went with a 3-1 win. We've also got Brentford 2-0 wins over Wolves. Big win for them down the foot of the table. I went with a 2-0 win as well. Meanwhile, Newcastle 3-2 winners over Forest. I went with the 2-1 win as well. The Gunners 6-0 demolition job of West Ham. I went with the 2-1 win there. Villa lost to Man United. 2-1 win there, of course, on that one. And Crystal Palace did lose to Chelsea, unfortunately, on that one. So let's take a look then, shall we, at the current state of play in the table. We have Liverpool leading the charge with 50 points on the board, with Man City in second, alongside Arsenal on 52. Spurs, they might not be out of it just yet. 47 points on the board right now. Aston Villa are in fifth with 46. Going down right now, Sheffield United, Burnley, and the Luton, of course. But the gap between Luton and, of course, the chasing pack is just 1 point. So we'll see who, of course, will take advantage this week in just a second. Of course, before that, we're going to have a quick look at their prediction league. That's right, the Super Brew is wide open, guys, of course. So let's recap those results this past week. Armour, of course, resigned. I was too good for you guys, but what is going on here? Is this right? This looks a little bit shady here, guys. So let's, of course, there you go. Jumbo, kicking ass. What a kick-ass name, Jumbo. 15 points for him. Jack and Tintin, he's got 14 there. Jono with 13.5. Xander's up there alongside a Master Fighter. Mark for the 7-7, also in the mixer right here, right now. If you do see your name in there, make sure you smash your likey, smash your subscribe, of course. Well done to everybody for keep on the predictions going. You're better than I am because it just got a little bit crazy for me. But anyway, kicking off for Loose R is your main man there, 239 your points. Alex Well up there with 234. Taya B up there also in bronze right now. Learn Richmond, he's a real contender there, moving into the top 5 there with Big Mover. Vinny Hong dropping down a spot as well. Big Mover Xander's up 4 spots as well. Who else is on the up? Jumbo, big move as well, up 3. Mark also up 3 there. Shepherd going down like a sack of spuds. That's, of course, the state of play there. Of course, we can all change that with these next round of games over in the Premier League. So let's see, of course, let's start looking about how to do that. Let's change it up then, of course, with these games, and we're going to kick it off with on Saturday, the 17th of Feb. It is Brentford. It is Liverpool. It's at the Community Stadium. Played each other 5 times in 2021. We got 1 win for Brentford, 3 for Liverpool, 1 draw. Of course, another biggest win. The only win for Brentford was a 3-1 win. They've scored 6 goals in those 5 games. 1.20 goals a game on average. Liverpool, though, 3-0 in the biggest. 11 goals scored in 5 matches. 2.20 goals a game on average. They just 1 defeat in the last 6. 75% form for them right now. They are top. 54 points on the board right here, right now. Up against the Brentford side. 42% form for them right now. 2 wins in the last 6. They are 14th with 25 points on the board as well. The home side has yet to lose this match, of course, when these two sides have locked horns. So could this be the one, of course, because they played each other last round at the Community Stadium. It was a 3-1 win back in January 2023 to Brentford. But they also played each other this campaign in Anfield. It was a 3-0 win for Liverpool way back when as well. The odds for this one, though, we have Brentford 4-1 for the victory, 5-3 honest. Liverpool 3-1 is the draw. Must-win game for Liverpool. They're all must-wins at this stage. 2-0 win for them to keep up the heat and, of course, move the chains. Meanwhile, Burnley against Arsenal coming at you over at Turdmore. Played each other 21 times, 2008. We've got 2 wins for Burnley, 15 wins for Arsenal, and 4 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for Burnley was a 2-0 win, scoring 12 goals in the 21 matches, 0.57 goals a game. Up against the Arsenal side, 5-0 win, the biggest, scoring 37 goals in 21 matches, 1.76 goals a game. 4 wins at the bounce for Arsenal right now, 67% form for them. They are third with 52 points on the board. Up against the Burnley side, 17 15% form for them. Winless in the last 7. 19th for the table, just 13 points all season long. Last around, the over at Turnmore was a 1-0 win for Arsenal back in September 2021. They've also played each other this campaign over in London. It was a 3-1 win for Arsenal back on match number 12. The odds here for this one, 7-1 is your Burnley, 3-1 on is your Arsenal, 17-4 the draw. Spankham Arsenal, 3-1 win for me on this one, taking the points and again remaining in top spot or in the mix of this. They won't be top. They could be top spot, of course, depending on what goes on elsewhere. Fulham against Aston Villa coming at you at Craven Cottage. They played each other 39 times since 2001. We got 12 wins for Fulham, 16 wins for Villa, 11 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for Fulham was a 3-0 win, scoring 42 goals in 39 matches, 1.08 goals a game on average. Villa, 3-0 in the biggest, 51 goals scored in 39 matches, 1.31 goals a game heading into this one. Just 1 win in 6 now for Villa right now. They had a rough patch this season. They are 5th with 46 points on the board. Up against the Fulham side, just 1 defeat in the last 5, 42% form for them right now. 12th in the campaign, 29 points all season long as well. Last time around, though, over at Craven Cottage, it was a 3-0 win for Fulham back in October 2022. The reverse fixture, though, at Villa Park this campaign back in November was a 3-1 win for Aston Villa, though. The odds here for this one, 50-8 is your Fulham, 6-5 is your Villa, 14-5 is the draw. Going to go with a Villa victory. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I've changed my mind. I've changed my bloody mind. Going with the draw here. Villa are hitting the patch. Rough patch. I think it'll continue this week as Fulham are a decent side on their bloody day. I think they'll get a point on this one. So I was going to go with a Villa victory there, but I've got to stick to my predictions. 1-1 draw in the end. Meanwhile, the Geordies up against Bournemouth coming at you over at St James's Park. Played it 12 times, 2015. 3 wins for Bournemouth, 5 wins for Newcastle, 4 draws. Of course, it's the Eddie Howe derby. Played each other, of course, those 12 times. 4-1 win, the biggest for Newcastle. 17 goals scored in those 12 matches, 1.42 goals a game. Of course, Bournemouth 2-0 in the biggest, scoring 15 goals in 12 matches, 1.25 goals in. 50% form are Bournemouth right now, just 1 win in 5, 13 for the table, 27 points on the board. Against the Newcastle side, 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are 7th with 36 points on the board as well. Last time around, they're over at Newcastle in the league. It was a 1-1 draw back in September 2022. They also played each other this campaign back in November in match number 12. There's a 2-0 win for Bournemouth. That was over in Bournemouth way back when. The odds here for this one, 5-4 on is your Newcastle, 14-5 is your Bournemouth, 3-1 is of course the draw. 2-0 win for me for the Geordies on this one. And of course, keeping up their dreams for European football once again. Meanwhile, Forest up against West Ham United coming at you over at the City Ground. Played each other 20 times in 1984. We got 4 wins for Nottingham Forest, 12 wins for West Ham, 4 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Forest, 5-0 win, scoring 24 goals in 20 matches, 1.20 goals a game. West Ham, though, 4-0 win, the biggest, scoring 36 goals in 20 matches, 1.80 goals a game. They're, of course, on 25% form, are West Ham, winless in the last 7 games. They are 8th, 36 points on the board against the Nottingham Forest side, who are 33% form, just 1 win in 6, 16 for the table with just 21 points all season as well. Last round, though, over at the City Ground, it was a 1-0 win for Forest back in August 2022. They also played each other back in November at the London Stadium. It was a 3-2 win for West Ham back in the day. Of course, the odds here, 11-8 is your Forest, 15-8 is your West Ham, 12-5 is the draw. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Forest here. They need it most right now to get away from those drop zones. Kicking on forward, it's Spurs against Wolves coming at you over at the Fancy Pants Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Played each other 20 times since 2003. We've got 10 wins for Tottenham, 7 wins for Wolves, 3 draws, of course. Another biggest win for Spurs, 5-2 win, scoring 35 goals in those 20 matches, 1.75 goals a game. Up against a Wolves side, 2-0 win, the biggest, 28 goals scored in 20 matches, 1.40 goals a game. They're on 58% form, are Wolves right now. Just 1 win in 3. They are 11th with 32 points on the board against the Tottenham side, who are 4th, 47 points on the board, just 1 defeat in the last 6, of course. And these two sides, locking horns, last campaign back in August 2022, it was a 1-0 win for Tottenham. However, the reverse fixture at Molineux was a 2-1 win for Wolves back in November this campaign. So actually, Wolves picking up 3 wins out of the last 4 against Spurs. So they like playing against them. But the odds here, 7-4 is your Tottenham, 7-2 the draw, 50-4 is your away win. That's Wolves here. 3-0 win for Tottenham on this one, keeping up the heat in the race for top 4. Meanwhile, City against Chelsea, a bit of a zing-zong affair over at the Etihad. Played each other 63 times. 26 wins for City, 29 wins for Chelsea, 8 draws, of course. The biggest win for Man City was a 6-0 win. They've got 83 goals in those 63 matches, 1.32 goals a game. Chelsea, though, 6-0 win, the biggest, 91 goals scored in 63 matches, 1.44 goals a game on average. Chelsea, though, back-to-back wins for them, 58% form for them over the last 6. They are 10th, 34 points on the board. Up against a City side, second right now, 52 points on the board, 100% form for them, winning 6 on the bounce as well. Last time around, though, over at the Etihad, it was a 1-0 win, just a 1-0 win against for City back in May 2023. They did play each other back at Stamford Bridge back in November. We'd love to have one of these again, wouldn't we? 4-4 draw way back when. But the odds for this one, of course, City, City are, of course, 3-1 on for the victory. 13-2 is your away win. 17-4 is the draw here. I'm going for a close one. 4-2 this one. Not 4-4, but 4-2 win for City on this one to keep the heat at the top of the table. But good chance maybe to cause some problems if Chelsea were to get the better of them on that match. Meanwhile, into Sunday's games, it's Sheffield United against Brighton coming at you at Bramall Lane. Now, these two sides have played each other 12 times since 2002. We've got 6 wins for Sheffield United, 2 wins for Brighton, 4 draws, of course. Another biggest win for Sheffield United was a 3-1 win, scored 19 goals in 12 matches, 1.58 goals a game. Meanwhile, Brighton, 5-2 win, the biggest, scored 15 goals in 12 matches, 1.25 goals a game. They're on 58% form, while Brighton right now just 1 win in 3, 9th in the table, 35 points on the board. Against the Sheffield United side, just 1 win in 5, 42% form for them over the last 6. They are 20th, 13 points all season long. Last time around, though, over in Bramall Lane in the league, it was back in April 2021. It was a 1-win win for Sheffield United. However, these two sides have played each other twice this season. It wasn't Brighton in the league. It was a 1-1 draw back in November. They also played each other at Bramall Lane in the FA Cup round 4. It was a 5-2 demolition job by Brighton back in the end of January. The odds, though, for this one, we've got Sheffield United 4-1 for the victory, 13-8 on as your Brighton, and of course 3-1 is the draw. I'm going with another shock here. 2-1 win for Sheffield United. They've got to win these games if they're gonna get themselves out of the shit zone. So I'm going to give a 2-1 win for Sheffield United to make it a little bit spicy. None the same. Meanwhile, Luton against Manchester United coming at Kenilworth Road. Played each other twice since 2020. 2 wins on 2 for Manchester United so far. However, Luton coming into this without a goal against Manchester United, up against, of course, Eric Ten Hag's boys, of course, picking up those 2 wins, scoring 4 goals in total, 2 goals a game on average. Luton, though, just 1 defeat in the last 6-7% form for them right now, coming at you up against the Manchester United side, unbeaten in at least the last 6 games, winning 5 of the last 6. 6 in the table, 41 points on the board, of course, up against the Luton Town side, 17th with 20 points on the board as well. Last time around, though, over at Kenilworth Road, it was a 3-0 win for Manchester United back in September 2020. That was in the EFL Cup. They also played each other this campaign at Old Trafford back in November 2023. But the odds for this one, we've got Luton 3-1 for the victory, 5-4 on is your United, 14-5 is the draw. I'm also going to go with a bit of a surprise here. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, point apiece. Kenilworth Road can be an intimidating place to go, and I think the Luton guys will be up for this one to try and dent United's recent recovery. And then into Monday we go again. It's Everton up against Crystal Palace coming at you on the 19th of February. Now these two sides have played each other 31 times since 1994. We've got 14 wins for Everton. We've got 6 wins for Crystal Palace and 11 draws. Of course, biggest win for the Toffees, 4-0 win, scoring 46 goals in 31 matches, 1.48 goals a game. Up against Palace, 4-0 win, the biggest, scoring 31 goals in 31 matches as a goal a game on average. They're just 1 win in 6 under Roy's boys, 15 for the table with 24 points on the board. Up against the Everton side, who are, I believe, in the relegation zone or just above it. 2019, yeah, they are in the relegation zone, I believe. 42% form for them right now, just 1 win in 6th for Everton heading into this one. Last time around, though, over at Goodison Park in the Premier League, was back in October 2022. It was a 3-0 win for Everton way back when. However, they also play each other. Actually, what is going on? They've played a bunch already. They did play each other the reverse fixture at Selhurst Park in November. It was a 3-2 win for Everton, of course, but they've also played each other twice in the FA Cup this season, also at Selhurst Park. 0-0 draw back in January, followed up with the replay in Goodison Park, a 1-0 win for Everton. So Everton are unbeaten against Crystal Palace over the last 6, picking up 4 wins and a couple of draws as well. But of course, looking forward to this one. 10-7 on is your Everton, 17-4 is your away win, 13-5 is the draw. Gonna go with another win for Everton to make a 7 on the bounce at the very least. That's, of course, my take on it, guys. This, of course, is what the table would look like if I am right, or very close to it. Don't forget the Everton points deduction, of course. It will be Liverpool top the charts, Man City second, Arsenal third, Spurs are in fourth, going down, Burnley, Sheffield United and Luton, of course. Everton will be on 22 points, 10 points, so they'll be down there into 17th spot. Anyway, that's my picks. Be sure to get your own picks, of course. We're looking forward to seeing what you've got in this weekend's action. There'll be lots to be said, lots to be had, of course, and we'll see you, of course, you come back for the next round of games. But until then, subscribe, catch you later, and of course, keep on predicting.